With the change of seasons and the change of weather, it's a good time to start looking at your power equipment. So today we're at Stark Street Lawn and Garden with Scott.
Hi.
And we're going to first be talking about generators, because you could just lose some power, and it's good to have an auxiliary power source.
Yeah, even if you want to go out camping, or some people like to go out hunting, you can take it out with you. So everybody, a lot of people have generators when they're going hunting, camping, and again for backup power, like this little small EU1000 here by Honda. When you're going up right now during this time of season, you want to go ahead and actually start it up to make sure it's actually running and do your basic tune-ups on it. You know, make sure you have clean gas in it, make sure you have good, proper amount of oil, and if it's been in there for a while, change it out. Along with it, change out your spark plug and your air filter, common maintenance items that should be changed out yearly.
Okay, so get out that information that you have with it and read it so you're familiar with it, so you know how to run it.
Yeah, and make sure you know how to run it properly. That way, when you're out and about, if something does happen, you know how to take care of it.
Right. And you know, now I've just finished mowing my lawn, and I don't think I'm going to mow it again, so I really need to start looking at what to do for my mower for the season. It's just going to be sitting in the garage all winter.
Well, with your mower, if you're going to have it sit for a season, what you want to do is number one, there's a fuel stabilizer that they have out. You want to add it into your last tank of gas. Add this actually into the gas can and not into the mower. And what it does is it keeps your gas fresh for about 6 months up to 2 years. And you want to add it in because gas can start to go bad within about a month. And when you're using your last tank in your actual mower, go ahead and run it out when you're done. Make sure it actually is all out of the gas tank. And that way you don't get it gumming up any parts of your carburetor or your engine and have to actually bring it in for service the next year. Other than that, you can, if you want, you can do your maintenance. You can do your maintenance for it now, or you can do it in the springtime. It's up to you. Some people like to do it now and get it over with. That way, when spring comes, they can just fire it up and be ready to go. And then some people like to do it in spring. It's up to you on that.
But if I wanted to bring it in, you probably have more time to do it this time of year than in the fall, in the spring.
In the fall, turnaround time is quite a bit quicker, 2 to 3 days. Springtime, just to let you know, is usually between 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes more.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of limbs can be starting to come down, or you can see them that there's some dangerous ones. So we have to look at what our chainsaws are looking at and make sure that those are all ready to go.
Yeah, with your chainsaw, we have one right here. With your chainsaw, again, basic maintenance items. Double check your air filter, make sure it's clean. If you haven't changed it in about a year, go ahead and change it. Same thing with your spark plug. A lot of chainsaws also have inside of their fuel tank a fuel filter that needs to be changed out. Not many people know that, but look in your fuel filter. If you see a little, what looks to be like a ball, cotton ball or something like that, that's your fuel filter. Go ahead and change that out. Also double check your chain, make sure it's nice and sharp and it's not dulled out. Go ahead and clean it up, clean it up, make sure underneath in here is all cleaned up out of any bark chips or whatever, and fire it up and to make sure it runs. If it doesn't, you can at least get it into service real quick and get it back for when you actually need it.
Right, it's nice to have that available.
Yeah.
And then what about blowers?
Blowers, same thing, maintenance items. You have air filter, a spark plug. If you haven't changed them out recently, go ahead and change them out. Again, with a fuel filter also. A lot of blowers have fuel filters inside the tanks. Look in there to see if you do. If you do, go ahead, fish it out, change it out if you haven't done so already. These, again, start them up, run them, make sure they actually run, make sure they run with full power. Blowers, as with a lot of other two-cycle equipment, should be ran at full speed. So if you're ever going to run them, make sure that you're running them full blast. Otherwise, they don't cool themselves off properly.
Yeah. Well, a lot of good things to remember, and just look in the garage and your shed and look and see what your equipment's about and make sure that it's clean and ready to go.
Yeah, a lot of basic maintenance issues. Read your manual. Make sure you do everything by the book.
Right.
If you don't want to do it yourselves, we can do it here, or there's a lot of other places around that can do it for you.
Okay, just remember to bring the model number in, because that's really important.
Yeah, bring the model number in if you want to get the parts. There's a lot of part numbers, or there's a lot of brands. It helps us distinguish what you have.
Right. Well, thanks so much for all that information. If you have any other questions, please click on to gardentime.tv. We can click you over to Scott's website or give them a call and find out more information. Thanks.
Thanks.